Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if it is your very first time here, hi, my name is Missa. I am a beauty addict from Edinburgh in Scotland that looks like they're about to go and play on the lacrosse team. Can't speak because of this top, but oh well. Today, as you can see by the title, we're going to be playing with the new Norvina collection volume 1. I know she's already working on other ones, or probably has been for a while. I'm going to remember to show you the palette in the beginning of the video because I got a really mean comment last time. So this is what the palette looks like if you haven't seen it yet. That one person. Sorry, salty. This is 25 shades of eyeshadow. I don't actually know how much it's going to be out in pounds. This was sent to me in PR. I think it's $60, so it's probably going to be 60 or 65 pounds here because our ABH prices seem to be higher than the US ABH prices. I'm not sure if it's because I have to ship it over for our UK website, don't know. So what I'm going to do in this video is what I always do in my eyeshadow palette videos. We're going to start off with swatches, then I'm going to go into a tutorial on how I did this look here. I got requested to do a spotlight eye on my last video, so if it was you, only one person asked me to do a spotlight eye, and I commented back saying I find them really hard to do on my hooded eyes now. Then I've done this for you. And then I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. I'm losing my trail of thoughts because I'm very tired. I've been sitting at this desk as always all day, and it's a lot of energy somehow sitting here doing makeup. Anyway, I'm fanning around way too much. Let's now just jump straight into swatches and see what they actually swatch like, because I have not swatched these at all, so I am quite excited about that. I do my skin in a separate video that will be coming on Friday because I'm doing a full face first impressions. So if you don't know me, I'm going to swatch down this side of my arm. I'm just going to, no, tell you what, I will just swatch in this brightness, but when I show you it up close, I'm going to dim the lights because it does seem to wash out the colour. So I'm just going to go row by row. I don't think I've forgotten to say anything about it apart from they don't have names. It's A1 to A5, B1 to B5, C, D, E. She didn't want to name all the names. And I think one more thing I remember is that she either said on Twitter or Instagram stories that she took a lot of people's criticism on board when it came to her first palette, and she put a lot more purples in this one because everyone was like, where's the purples though? And I was one of those people, to be quite honest. So there's a lot of purples in this palette, which is great because it's actually one of my favorite colors to put in my eyes. So yeah, I'm just gonna go row by row and start swatching, and hopefully we'll fit a few on one arm. Let's begin. None of these are repeat shades from her first palette, and none of them are repeat shades in the ABH catalogue as far as I know, but a lot do look quite similar to other colors that we've seen. But anyway, so this is gonna be so easy. A1. This is just like, I would say it's a very pink toned lilac metallic. And then we have A2, that's swatched really nice. A3, that's the kind of just a warmer purple than A2. A4, and then A5. I love a bright pink. Onto the next row, we've got B1, B2, B3, B4, haha, B4, and B5. Gosh, these are swatching extraordinarily well, I have to say. I think I can fit another row on my big beef arm. So we've got C1. Wow. Then we've got C2, C3, wow, that is beautiful, C4, and C5. C4, haha, sorry, I don't know why I'm so weird. Just give that one another wee pinch. That is the first 3 rows of the palette. That is something impressive, I have to say. Like, wow. Right, let me darken it because you are not going to be seeing it properly. I've darkened it twice there. I mean, are those swatches not really impressive? No? I'll just brighten it a pinch in case that was too dark. I hate when I go to edit and my swatches look terrible because they're either too dark or too light, so that is it. First 3 rows. If you go onto Trend Mood's Instagram page, I'm pretty sure it was Trend Mood, I think she swatched this beside the Alyssa Edwards palette, so you can go and have a look there, because the white in this one looked way more impressive, and I think she swatched the pink and the purples beside that. So if you're thinking that, kind of like me, that this, oh, you know, looks, a lot of these look pretty similar, then you can go and have a look, because there are differences, and I do recommend having a look at that before deciding you definitely will or definitely won't buy this if you have her other, Abh's other palettes. Moving on to our penultimate row, we have D1. Just gonna give that one a second swatch. D1, D2, D3, wow, D4. I'm just gonna add a little bit more to each of those. They're both mattes. Not that they need much added, but just to make the swatch look a bit prettier, basically. That blue matte though, when you see it up close, you'll see that does actually have shimmer in it. It's got little flecks of glitter. And D5. I think this row all beside each other looks incredibly ugly, but it fits in with the rest of the palette. Okay, then we have E1, E2, wow, E3, E4, and E5. Like butter, honestly, just swatches like absolute butter. Like zero effort involved. So that is the last 2 rows. Just there. I don't know if you can see, this blue has little like particles of glitter in it. It's not a metallic, but it is not purely matte. Personally, I hate all of these colors together. Like if this was a palette, I would literally gag with sickness. But because all these shades are included in the palette, I don't really mind. But yeah, if like that was the palette, I'd be like, ew, disgusting. So yeah, if you're into swatches or how swatches perform, then they performed beautifully. Probably some of the best, easiest swatches I've ever done in the history of my life, and I have swatched many things. So with that done, I can now piss off to bed finally, and if you want to see how I got this eye look here and then hear my final thoughts on this palette and whether or not I think you should buy it, then just keep on watching. This is just stupid. I'm never going to be able to match my eyes. I used about 4,000 shades on the other side, but we can try. We can always try. I'm gonna use my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer to prime the old eye. Full disclosure, got this all over my face because it just wasn't looking that great this morning. I've also got my curtains open and my window open because it is so hot. I think it is like 27 degrees or something. It feels like the heating is on full blast. So the birds and a faraway lawnmower man will be making an appearance. There we are. What did I do though? I'm gonna take this, like, I think this is an MSQ brush. I got this a long time ago on eBay. It's very cheap, and the shade A3. And I'm just gonna put this I'm going in very gently. I'm not really trying to get a lot of colour from this. I just want to kind of sketch out my shape. Who did I again? Keep them wide open. I am genuinely pressing this on really gently. Pressing it on really gently because I'm not really wanting this colour right now. I just genuinely want to map out my shape, so don't look at this and think, wow, that looks really bad pigmentation. I'm just mapping. So I've just mapped that shape out on my peeper. What brush did I go in with next? Could have been this, might not be this. This is the Morphe M507. Great brush, great brush. And I'm taking E5 down here, which is like a kind of aubergine brown. It's not properly brown, it's kind of like a reddy brown. Purpley reddy brown. And so far, both shades have quite a lot of kick up in the pan. They are quite dusty. ABH's kind of known for that, to be honest, at this point. Ever since the subculture, what some called a fiasco. So yeah, just so you're aware, I'm gonna kind of just go exactly where I went with that first shade. But I like that lighter shade to go on first because I didn't want to go in with such a bold colour first and mess up the shape. So I'm really gonna pack this on in that kind of shape. This is going all the way to that inner corner. And same brush, I'm just picking it up and I'm gonna pack it on. And look at it, it's so pigmented. Like buttery smooth pigmentation. But a lot of kick up in the pan. Not like an excessive amount, not like subculture, if you have seen that, but a lot. And just in with a clean Zoeva. This is a 221 brush. You know the drill, just flippity flop it around. Get some nice softness going on around the edges. This was the wrong brush to use, but there we are. Next up, you know I couldn't avoid using it, A5. This is why I'm so glad I did a green look with the Stacey Marie palette for my last video, because I wouldn't have been able to get away with doing, I mean I could have got away with doing 2 pink looks in a row, but I don't want to be samey all the time. Anyway, this is on, sorry, a blank canvas E10 brush, which is just a bit of thin, floppy brush. People always correct me with what I should describe brushes like, but I ain't no professional. Pink actually does not have a lot of kick up. It's not like the previous 2 shades, it's got a lot less. Did I just say that or did I say it in my head? These shades are blending so beautifully together, just seamlessly. Just dragging this pink very gently, just kind of slightly past, well, to the end of my brow. I've not added any more product to the brush. I'm basically taking this pink all the way up to my brow, but I'm barely in focus and I'm barely touching my skin. Don't worry, we'll come back to this harsh line. We are now gonna grab an unnamed Morphe brush, my apologies, and D5, which is the black shade. So glad this palette has a black and a white. We're gonna press this on the inner corner. and you guessed it, the outer corner as well. There's squirrels playing on the tree right outside my window, and it's very cute but very distracting. Now I'm just going to join them together in the middle, but without adding any further product to my brush. And then I'm going to go back in with the shade E5, which is the second shade we use, the kind of aubergine brown, and I'm going to blend out the edges of this. This side looks way more purple and this side looks really black. Okay, I'm going to go back in with more A5, which is the bright pink, just on that same big fluffy brush I'm using, which by the way is a Morphe M573. I mean, it just blends like butter. Every single shade that I'm using is blending like butter. I am just gonna go back in now with A3, just because I feel like the side is now really super pink and the other one is not, it's more purple. So I'm gonna, same fluffy brush, and just add this up here. See if I can't make it look a bit more purple. I'm gonna be 100% honest here, I have no idea what I did next, so I'm gonna quickly throw on my cut crease. No halo eye thing. Where is it? Using my Shut Up Birds ABH eyeshadow primer, and then I'll be back, we'll fill it in, and we'll see if they match by the end. They won't, but that's the process. So, the other day, it looks so horrible, when I tried to play with a look, I put the white eyeshadow straight on top of this like base. It's got a little bit crease because I'm just catching up on oranges and a black. This is why it takes me all day to film. And it looked horrendous. So, on this eye, I'm going to do things a little bit diff, but then you'll follow me. So, on the other eye, I picked up the shade A1, which is a roadway in Britain, and I just packed that on through the center because I'm actually going to cover this up. I'm not going to try and make this look that great. On the other eye, I like wet it, built it up, made it look good, but I don't need to on this side. This is a Luxie 245 small shader, great brush. Anyway, I'm not sure why the white went all funky, but it went really horrible. So then I'm going to pick up, oh, I need to pick up a palette. B3, same brush, and just pop that on either side. This shade also goes on like way more pigmented than what it's kind of showing up as, but I'm not really bothered about it because I'm going to cover it up, so I'm just putting it on lightly, kind of set the eyeshadow base. Then I'm picking up this Crown C528. It is very similar to Morphe M507, and gosh, I have to keep picking this monster up. C1, which is the white shade. And in the middle, over the top of that lilac shimmer, I'm going to press C1. Is that what it is yet? I gotta say though, this white is reminding me of Jeffree Star Blood Sugar, because that is the best white I've ever used in my life. And this is so very pigmented. It's incredible. Now I've got that on, I'm going back in with A5, which is the bright pink. The only one, so I'm not going to pick up the palette again to show you it. And this is going to blend on either side of the white. Picking up E5, second shade we used. The aubergine brown. Start the process of this dark to light blending. This brush is great because it's so pointy, it gets right into your inner corner. And then I'm going to go back to my Morphe M507, which is very similar, has black on it. Or at least now it does. And this is going to get tucked right in that very inner corner. And again on this outer corner. And then I'm going to go back in with C1, which is the white, and just make sure the pink is not covering it up too much. And actually by putting it on after the pink as well, you kind of blend the edges of the pink into a pastel pink, and then the rest of the pink's a deeper pink, so it looks more blended. And then just because I wanted to try another shade, I also went in with a bit of B1 just here, and just kind of put that between that bright pink and the aubergine colour. That's how things are looking just now. I'm going to go and make sure they match, but I've basically done every step that I did on the other side, but I do need to ensure that they match somewhat, and then we'll come back and do lower lash line. I'm going to go do my face off camera and we'll do lower lash line and things, but yeah, all I did here was add some black eyeliner. But I mean, so far so good, apart from the fact that they don't match, but that doesn't matter at this point. So look at this good eye, not the other one that we're doing now. But I am very impressed with how things are blending and the pigmentation and all of that jazz, so I'm pleased. Let's move on to the lower lash line in a couple of seconds. So on my under eyes, I usually go pretty big, but I decided not to. Maybe I'm sick, who knows. I am going to take, plus I wanted to try out a couple of other shades, so I'm going to try this shade here. Well, I'm going to use this shade here, D1. It's the brightest yellow in the palette. This is going to go at the front. This is now on a set base, by the way. I wouldn't say this is like the most pigmented yellow in the world, and I did try this shade the other day when my makeup did not work out, but it's fine. I've just tried berry yellows, but it's fine. I've tried berry yellows. Basically, don't buy this palette just for the yellow. And then I'm gonna use E2, which is this orange, and I'm just gonna stamp that here. It's a really vibrant, lovely orange. And then on that same brush, which by the way is the Jeffree Star, where is it? JS13, I'm going in with black or D5. It does feel like you're playing battleships when you're talking about what shade you're using. And inner corner, I'm just gonna pick up C1, which is the white. There isn't a metallic that I could use on my inner corner. Maybe A1, but it's probably gonna be too dark. See what I mean about how vibrant this white is? And just dragging it into that yellow pinch. Like, it is so vibrant. I genuinely think as good, if not better, I don't know, I've not put them side by side, than the Jeffree Star one. And then Colourpop Exit, yeah, shade Exit in my waterline. Just to keep my eye nice and open. Done, that's it. I'm going to put mascara on, and then the lashes I'm using are, what style are these? Velour lashes in the style Take It and Go, really thick on the outside, thin on the inside. Got it on this eye. I think you can see. I hope I'm not too dark. A really pretty lash. Anyway, so I'm going to throw this on and then I will zoom out and we will give our final thoughts. So this, of course, is my final look. What do you think of it? Be nice? Be nice? I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out, to be honest. Can't believe I did a halo eye for the first time in the longest time. They don't match. Don't judge me. That's why I'm not looking at you straight on in the camera, because they really, really don't match. So I finished off the rest of my makeup. It's all coming in my next video, which will be a full face of first impressions if you want to stay tuned for that in a few days time. But everything's come together pretty well, and I like the fact that I didn't go like really big under my eyes and I kept it like fairly simple, and I really like how this eye makeup's come out. I do. I think it's definitely something that I could achieve with other palettes that I've got, and I think that it's something fairly similar to something I've done before in the past. Did not realise I can make my eyebrow go that low. This is incredible. But that's just me. I've seen some very creative looks done with this palette, so that is possible. I'm just not the most inventive these days. It's the pills. They're dampening my mind. But I am happy with how the makeup came out, and I'm glad that I finally did a spotlight eye or a halo eye. What is the actual name for it? I'm not sure, but I'm pleased, and this palette it's really nice. So final conclusions, final thoughts. First of all, I like the packaging enough. It's annoying because that's on my ABH palettes. They're all on a stand, they all match. So this one's new and it doesn't, and I can't put it on that stand. It is really heavy, very sturdy, and I like the color, and I quite like that it looks like a Natasha Denona palette. Like, people are saying it looks like a cross between a Morphe and a Natasha Denona. I think more Natasha Denona, to be honest, than Morphe. It feels a lot more luxe than Morphe packaging. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice, but is it hugely unique? No. And if I wasn't sent this in PR, I wasn't going to buy it, because I have, well, first of all, I got so much makeup that I don't need anymore, and this, I don't think it's got anything unique in it. It's not got a colour in it that I'm like, wow, I want it for that colour. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got all of these colours in my makeup collection already, but that's not to say it isn't very beautiful, because it is. But I don't know. Pros are, it's very beautiful. It is insanely pigmented, insanely pigmented. That is one thing. Like, the pigment has blown me away on all of the shades that I've played with. And the other night when I was, well, the other day when I was trying to play with it, I played with a lot of other shades as well, including like this gold and that blue, and they're very pigmented. It's very impressively pigmented. They blend like a dream. They blend without any effort. It's probably my most blendable, easy to use ABH palette that I've got in my collection, and it does have some very beautiful colours that I think to a lot of you will be unique in your collections. And also for ABH is a little bit more adventurous, which is nice to see, although the Alyssa Edwards palette is pretty adventurous, but you know what I mean. I also like the fact, packaging wise, that the mirror does stand up its own, so you can sit this on your desk and have that open as like a vanity mirror. So if you do travel with it, it will stay open at this kind of angle. Like, if you put it back a pinch, it might fall. Yeah, but it does stay open, so you could do your makeup using it in that way. I don't know, it's just, in my collection it's not unique, and I think that's what's kind of not exciting me about it. But I do like the fact that she took on the feedback that the Norvina normal palette, the first one, didn't have enough matte purples in it. Like, everyone was like, where's the actual purples though? So like the first 3 rows have so many purples in them that it's great. It annoys me going into cons. First of all, it doesn't fit in my palette holder. I like the original packaging, it's easier to travel with. This is very big, very heavy. I would not travel with this because I would probably break it, and it's expensive. That's another con. It's more expensive than their other palettes, but obviously you get more shades. What annoys me, I don't know how many of you it will annoy, both of the blues are metallics. Well, no, one's metallic and one has glitter in it, so I would have liked at least one matte blue. Also, these two shades, when applied to the eyes, are incredibly similar. I found that the other day. And the yellow is not the best yellow. Like, it's a good yellow, as you saw today, but it's not, like, I was expecting more from it. I feel like that could have been a way more out there vibrant yellow, because they've got like a mustardy one down here. But overall, I mean, I'm pleased. I think if this kind of palette is going to add a lot of value to your collection, buy it. If you're missing these colors, buy it. If you love the look of the palette, buy it. If you collect everything ABH, buy it. But if you're kind of humming and hawing about it because you're like, oh, I've already got those colors, do I really need it? You probably don't. But I am coming from quite a self-righteous place here of, I am now on a no-buy, and I'm horrified by the amount of makeup I own. It's like a switch has flipped in my brain in a week. I'm like hoarding makeup to being grossed out by how much I own. So it's really, again, up to you. Very good quality, but quite expensive. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that. I don't feel like I ever help when it comes to my final conclusions, unless I really hate a product and then I'm like, no, it's crap. But it's good, so do with that what you will. I have done more than enough talking for one day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do, please. It really, really helps me out if you would give it a big thumbs up. It pushes my videos to people that haven't seen them before. Also, leave me a comment down below, because I do reply to all of my comments, and subscribe, because it's just a polite thing to do. A massive thank you as well to my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for supporting me in a financial manner on my channel, because if I wasn't on ABHPR, I probably would have got a lot of requests to buy this palette, and I wouldn't have been able to without your support. So thank you so much. It really means the world to me. And if you want to join the Patreon family, the link is in the description box, and you'll get a few perks like early access to videos, also Patreon only videos, and also pretty regular giveaways. That's quite fun. Gift card giveaways, because then I can do it internationally easily and deliver the prize in the hour that I pick the person, so that's pretty cool. But if you don't want to become a Patreon, or you can't become a Patreon, just know that by watching my videos, you're just massively supporting me. So thank you everyone so much. And with that, I've talked more than enough, and I need to go, although I actually have to now film my intro and do all my swatches, so I'll be here for like another hour. But anyway, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye everyone!